Good morning, y'all. It's Lippy. It's been a while, hasn't it? Of course, many of you know we've been busy with the grand opening for the Sugar Shack. And first off, I need to say thank you. The love that y'all have shared within the orders and the kind words and the encouragement and you all celebrating with us. But that's where I have been. And I'm looking down, not out of disrespect, but I want to make sure I don't catch myself. But I told y'all, I guess it was, it might have been on the live that I was going to be canning potatoes. Now, many of you have probably canned potatoes 100 ways to Sunday. But there was actually someone in our live that had mentioned if they could water bath potatoes. And that's when I said, well, matter of fact, I'm doing some potatoes next week. I had not planned on filming this, but you do have to pressure can. And I was like, okay, Lippy, because this morning I was doing these potatoes before I go out to the Sugar Shack because my recipe is a 2-day process. And I'll tell you what, let me grab the book that I actually go by. Now I don't go by it every time I do it because I've done it for so long. But let me show you the book. This to me is the best canned potatoes. You don't have to soak them. You can just, raw pack, rinse, but you're going to get that cloudy, starchy film in your jars. The potatoes also, personally to me, they tend to taste a little on the sodium, not sodium, what word am I looking for? It's like a sulfur. And what it is the starch. So I found this recipe in one of my old ball books a few years back, and this is the method that I use. But let me grab that book. Here it is. I don't remember the date. I want to say it was 73. But y'all, now, all the ball books have how to can potatoes. I really haven't looked to see, but maybe the soaking for 24 hours is in all of them. I just found it in that, and that's the way that I do it. Now, I'm not just going to leave you hanging because it's not just about soaking. I will give these a good wash, and then I will dice them. And I will put them over in this large stainless steel pot, and I will set them in the refrigerator, and I'm going to soak them about 4 hours. I'm going to rinse them off, put fresh water back in it, which, like I said, I'll show y'all. Then I'm going to soak them another 4 hours. I then will rinse again, put fresh water, and then I'm going to let them soak for 24 hours. So tomorrow we'll actually be canning these, not today. And by doing so, the method that I use, the potatoes are phenomenal. You can literally drain the water off the jar, steam them, mash them, do anything that you want to do with them. And it's almost like a really fresh potato. And that's because I'm getting all of that starch out of there. But I was like, oh, Lippy, you done promised. So that's what we're going to be doing. So this will be a 2-part video. Today's video will post today being Tuesday. Tomorrow we will be canning together. But let's go back to the Sugar Shack. Y'all, I got to confess something. I went with the shakers, right? I can't believe I'm going to admit this to y'all. But I was like, I'm loving this because it has the built-in seal. You put the cap on. Life is good, right? Well, our neighbor came on Sunday. Yeah, today's Tuesday. And he says, Miss Lippy, I want to be your first local customer. So he bought 2 trios. I was like, okay, Mr. Craig. So I run out there and I get his little sack and I put them in there. And I said, Mr. Craig, will you do me a favor? Yeah, Miss Lippy. I said, will you open one of the shakers? I want to see how the seal works. He said, well, here, you do it. So he handed me, I think it was a clucking good. So here I am, and I opened it. I was like, oh, no. The seal was still in the cap. I said, uh-oh, something wrong. So the restaurant wholesale site that I use, I get on there, I'm looking at my order, and it's built-in self-seal, blah, blah, blah. And I'm scrolling, I'm looking at the reviews. I had read them. Great reviews. And I was like, nobody's complaining. Did I do something wrong? And I keep scrolling. There's this blue box that says, I quote, frequently asked questions. Click. Y'all know it's Lippy. The first frequently asked question is, how do you get the seal to seal? Y'all, I got scared. I said, oh, sweet baby Jesus. It ain't just me. Well, let's see, y'all. It takes a special machine called an induction seal. But that's not how they word it. That's not how the reviews are. It's a 5-star review. And I'm like, did y'all read something in description that I missed? So I go back to the description because I'm looking at this induction machine thing. And I'm thinking, oh, no. Oh, no. So at this point, panic set in. So I said, buddy, what are we doing? Mr. Craig says, oh, I'm fine with mine. Yeah, you'll figure it out, Lippy. I said, yes, sir, I will. So he went on. Well, when he went on, I went and got me a cup of coffee, and I started panicking. So Buddy gets to researching and reading. He says, okay, this is fixable without buying the machine. Buddy has it's not a heat shrink. He's got one of them, but it's something else. It heats, okay? Plate something. Anyway, I had to sit there. I went back to the shack. Every order that I had filled Sunday, y'all all probably got your tracking. I had to open every cap, pop every seal out, set the seal on the bottle, used Buddy's heat press to seal the seal, put the cap on. So y'all done got your tracking. I was like, oh no. What do I do now? Because it was going out in the mail yesterday morning. Well, y'all's packages won't go out till today. So forgive me, it may have showed Sunday. Don't know why it showed Sunday. Sunday's not a mail day. But I'm still learning the Etsy, the Etsy shipping thing. See, I'd never used Etsy for shipping. I did it all the old-fashioned way. I think I'm going to enjoy the Etsy shipping because it does save a lot of back and forth punching, writing. It does. But guys, I got to learn it. I'm not doing bad, but I got to learn it. So you might have received a tracking on Sunday. Yeah, every one of them had to be open. But last night, because I worked all day yesterday putting labels on bottles, filling more orders, trying to school myself on this Etsy thing, and I'm getting there, y'all. Most of you been with me for so long. Y'all know I keep it real. I tell it like it is. I'll never fudge, lie, or make you think something when it's not. But after I had done all that, I came in, cooked a good supper, went back out about 5:30, worked very late because I had ordered 600 caps. So what I had to do, I sat with my 2 baskets and I popped every seal out. So I have a basket for seals, a basket for caps. I think I've got like 50 left to do this morning. And all of those will be separated. So therefore, when I get the orders, I fill my shaker, put the seal on, put the heat press, put the cap on. Life is good. But had I known this before, it wouldn't have took me a day and a half to fix this. But it's fixed, y'all. Every bit of y'all's orders are ready to go. But you talk about a panic moment. When I opened that, I was like, oh no. They sent me faulty seals. They didn't send me faulty seals. Lippy just didn't read the frequently asked questions. So, that's what Lippy's been doing in the sugar shack. Now, this evening, Buddy will come in and finish the blending side so I can move all of my blends and totes and all to that side, and then he'll start working on what we call the kitchen office side. So, he's going to pop the quarter round down, and then I can get my buckets and all over there. And I'll be able to function a little bit better, more organized. But I tell y'all what, that stainless steel table with them locking wheels, I mastered them wheels. I took a little ride or two with them, but I mastered the wheels. So I'm able to lock it, take my little chair, do my mixing, correct my mistake, and we move forward. You know, I wasn't going to let that mistake be that backpack that weighed me down. And, you know, and I'm like, oh, Lippy, you know, you done messed up. Oh, Lippy, what are you going to do now? I know. I reached out to Buddy to my left and said, help. And that he did. That's what Lippy's been doing. But I promised y'all videos this week, and I'm trying to put it all in. I'll get back to my normal routine once we get a deep breath. And that's all it's going to be. It's just, I'll be able to take that deep breath sooner than later. And I'll be able to walk out to the sugar shack, work, smile, come back in, take care of my responsibilities in our home, and rejoice in our fellowship and the blessings that we all receive. So, I really don't know what I'll title this video. I do have to put the word potato in there. So you know what the video's about. But basically, it's just, I'm visiting. I'm just catching you guys up on what we have been doing since Friday. Chasing our tail is what we've been doing. And that's okay. Now, I've got, oh my goodness, a bucket full of just whole peel potatoes, okay? And I do not cut mine. I leave them whole, throw them in there. Once I get one full, then I will change that water out, put them back in, then I dice them and put them in fresh water. So I'm going to stop there for right now. I cut mine about like this. I don't want them small because they will mush. Can y'all see this? You see how cloudy this water is? And that's just happened while I was sitting here dicing all of these potatoes. And that's what I mean. I'm going to let this go in the refrigerator for 4 hours. And then I'm going to rinse all of these potatoes, dump this water, start back over for another 4 hours. And then we'll rinse again, cover with water, and forget about them for 24 hours. So we won't can these till tomorrow. But this is 10 pounds. of potato. And I'm not so sure that's going to be enough for a full canner. So I may go ahead and do the other 10-pound bag, and I'll wait on the other 20 for another day. So into the refrigerator this goes. I'm headed to the Sugar Shack. I got to work on labels and orders. And this is the first step to canning potatoes without that cloudy, starchy, sulfur kind of taste. I'm telling you, plan ahead. And if you do this soak, rinse, and soak again process, it will change your world. And like I said, I haven't looked at the other ball books. I have quite a few, probably about 9. But that one is where I read this. And I'm telling you, it makes a world of difference. So I'm headed to the Sugar Shack. I'll see y'all in 4 hours because I want you to see what I'm talking about, because this water's going to get really murky. Just yucky looking. Okay, it's ready to go back in the icebox for 4 more hours. Then I'm going to rinse, fill back up, put it in the icebox till tomorrow. I forgot to film the first rinse, but what you just saw me do is what I did 4 hours ago. So this is the second rinse. The water looks amazing. But I will rinse this again, like I said, cover the potatoes back up, put them in the refrigerator till tomorrow, and probably tomorrow morning we're going to can them up. But y'all are going to be happy. 95% of all orders just went out to the post office, hand delivered by me. Yes, so my mess up with the seals was just like a day, a hiccup. Day and a half, something like that. But I got it under control. I think there's 6 more orders. These are large orders. If I stop popping my gums, go ahead and upload this video while it's uploading. I can go and fill more shakers and sell them. I may have enough time to go ahead and get those large orders. Y'all know who it is. It's y'all who ordered those big orders. I'll get them out today, if not in the morning, but I'm going to try really hard today. So again, I apologize for being late on the shipping to what the tracking said. Y'all didn't know what I was doing on the Etsy thing. That's just the bottom line. But at least I caught my mistake on a weekend too. You know, what if Mr. Craig would not have come over? Think about that. See, God knew that there was an issue. And he was like, I'm going to send Mr. Craig over to buy a trio. But he bought 2. And I was like, you know, something just told me, let's check. So you see, I was in the best hands I could have been in to learn something. Because if it wouldn't have been for God sending Mr. Craig over, all of y'all's blends, the seals would not have been sealed. So for that, I thank God above. I thank Mr. Craig, and I thank you again. I couldn't do any of this without y'all. And I'm not talking about orders. I'm talking about your friendship. Your friendship means more to me than I could ever express. So, see you tomorrow. So as always, stay safe, stay well, and God bless. Get your potatoes going now, because we're going to can them up tomorrow. Lippy got to get her some coffee. It's that time, y'all.